How well do you answer this question? How well do you really compete in social media? How? And how do you do it? That's, by the way, that's a question I always love to ask people, and I really love to hear what you have to say. Because really, nobody in here is a Gelly. Not everybody's a Michelle Kaur, and certainly nobody's a Starbucks who has every other corner spotted out, and nobody's a Ford with plenty of time and plenty of money. We're just us. We're just small business people. I can help you answer that question if you accept two truths. The first one is under that question. The first one is if you accept that business is all about relationships. And I know several of you in here, and I know you do. Second thing is if you accept that your business is all about building those relationships. And if you accept those two as truths, there's no way that you're not going to be at the top of your game when it comes to any marketing, specifically social media. In January, one of my colleagues over at Social Media Examiner, and maybe some of you know that, it's a really, really great fan page, by the way. Social Media Examiner had interviewed 3,500 small business people, very similar to the demographic of all of us in this room, and they had asked them the operative question, how important is social media to you? Does it really make a difference? And there was a whopping 62% that said, oh yeah, it's awesome and it does great business for me. Then you add the 28%, and you got 90% of the people interviewed who said, hands down, it's making a big difference. But they define difference not as what feels good or it's what my neighbor's doing or it's what everybody else said I should do. They define difference as it's making bottom line difference, meaning it's increasing my sales. Second, it's actually increasing my lead funnel. I've got more leads. Third, it also gave them more relationships that they never would have had it not been for social media. So many of you here tonight, I never would have had a chance to meet. But because of Facebook alone, I recognize you. And now I have a chance to already like and trust you because of that relationship. The second finding they had right down there, which is might be a little bit of, I don't know, might be a little surprise for some of you, is the amount of time they had to spend in social media to really be honest and say, yeah, social media is important to me. 6 hours a week. And they strategically outlined how they were spending every single hour of social media. So it wasn't like this, it wasn't like what happens. When you get on Facebook, you jam into the news feed and you tumble your way through everybody's posts and you click and you go back and forth, and by 45 minutes, whew, what did you accomplish? It wasn't that. It was very strategically laid out. They were going to do a post. They were going to repurpose it for a couple of tweets. They were going to write a blog. They were going to do a video. So they literally spent 6 hours a week to generate some bottom line success. Video was one of the biggest marketing tools that they had gained the greatest success in because it's the most engaging. So 90% said it's important. And they said it's important because it really was making a bottom line difference. And they said one of those tools to make a difference was video. It's emotion. Because it's all about people who are going to be passing the emotion that they have with your product or your service or with you on. And once they have that, wow, you've got your product sold. Your service is generating bottom line value. It's not your product and it's not your service that's going to do it. They're not going to be talking about your product. They're going to be talking about the experience that you gave them because of your product. Second is customers get to know you long before they've got a chance to even see you in person. They get to see the whites of your eyes. They really get to connect with you. They get to feel within a split second, ooh, I think I could do business with her. I like her. She's enthusiastic. She's contagious. I can trust. That all happens. And then, of course, there's no way in the world they're not going to want to do business with me. They're going to figure out a way. Same goes for you guys. Third, it's about content. This is where people really get it wrong. Whether it's a video or it's anything, you always think it's about you. And then you get so nervous, and then you stress out, you don't do a good job. Content is not about you. Again, it's all about how does your product make a difference in someone else's life. Bottom line is, how does it solve a problem? The moment you can really understand your niche relative to the problem that you're going to solve for them, you've got so many of your widgets sold. It's a cinch. So you got to figure out what's their problem, how does your product solve it, and then start presenting that way, whether you're in person, whether you're on video, whether you're on a blog, whether you're on a post. So I'm going to say something like, if you want to create engaging and persuasive videos, then I'm going to have you say, you might just need VideoN5. Can we practice that? And then I'll go to my next slide. If you want to create engaging and powerful videos, persuasive videos, then, oh, that's good. That was even better than the last time. Woo! If you want to create customer testimonials, then you might, and this is powerful because video testimonials from your clients, they're happy, they're at the top of their game for you, is powerful. What you want to go ahead and do is to take those 15 seconds or 30 seconds and not only put it on your website, which is where most people just plop it, but go ahead and repurpose it. Put it in a custom landing page on Facebook. Put it on your wall so it archives on the video tab and it threads to the newsfeed. Go ahead and put it in a video blog. Let that be available so that when your prospect says to you, of course I gotta talk to some happy customers, you say, hey, no problem, I got them, I'll load them up for you. And that's repurposing, and that's powerful. A couple of reasons why that's powerful, because nobody says it better than someone who's just like them. And second, it's powerful because all the people that they influence are people that probably I wouldn't know. I probably wouldn't have a chance to affect. And now that person is going to be talking to all their people about me and about what I did for them and I served them. You want to create viral videos on your Facebook landing pages. Now while I didn't create this, obviously, the social media revolution has been one of the best viral videos that I use every single time I speak. Because I can say you gotta do social media. You really wouldn't do it because I say it, you might do it because your neighbor does. But you're only doing it because someone's pressuring you, a little peer pressure. What is it really? What does it mean? Again, it's all about how am I connecting the facts to a context where you're gonna get it, where you're gonna understand it. And that is, social media revolution does it for me. It talks about what life was like when you were being bombarded with all those AOL discs in the mail and you didn't even know what the internet was, but God forbid you got 7 in a week. And finally you popped it in and, oh, that's kind of cool. And so you got engaged. But it was powerful because they talk about the internet, they talk about Facebook, they talk about how TV and radio, how fast they didn't grow compared to the internet, compared to Facebook. Now we're at 600 million people. Wow, that happens overnight. People get it. So whatever you can do to create, you don't have to be 1.4 million people, you don't have to be 11 million people, you don't have to be 30,000. But you got to create a viral ingredient inside of your presentation so that it's engaging enough that I'm connected to it and I want to pass it on to someone else. And if that's 10 people, but those are 10 people that actually want to sign up with you and your product, wow, that's viral. If you want to create blog or email videos, then you might just need it. Now, I have to be honest with you, my husband is not a plumber. I don't know about any of you women, I don't got a plumber in my house. He's great IT, he's an incredible entrepreneur, and he's really great at being a visionary. But he's not a plumber. So at 7 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, I did not want to fix my toilet. Didn't want to do it. But I figured there might be a blog on it. So I went to the Home Depot blog, and I figured out they had a home improvement tip series. How do you fix it around the house? That was easy. I know how to fix a leaking toilet. I can do it. So that is one of the best examples of having a blog that I can find of late. And I just used it last Sunday. When you create something that you know, maybe it's the FAQs, maybe it's how to, maybe it's if you sell scarves, and rather than just knotting it around your neck, can you show me 5 other ways to use it? So that's the power of blogging. So lastly, of course, video, it's the largest response of any media. It's powerful, it's passionate. You really get a feel for who people are. Keeps people on your site. They live it or leave it in 3 seconds. Encourages a strong call to action, far stronger than any text will ever do. Fourth, It's all about relationships. And remember, the one reason why you're going to be successful in social media as a marketer is because you're building relationships. And as we all know, in any business, big, small, micro, it's all about relationships. So yes, you will compete within social media. And finally, if you want to do anything, just remember one thing. You might just need VideoN5. Thank you.